the driver's seat of a Japanese car for the first time. And we're about to leave the rental company, so this is exciting and slightly terrifying to be in the right-hand side, but I think it'll go well. Oh, exciting! Ta-da! I made it. The car we rented was a K-car, which is a small, lightweight car, where the engine can't be larger than 660cc. They're extremely popular in Japan because they're affordable to purchase and maintain. But how much can you actually fit in one? Well, by removing the front wheels and stacking our bikes with yoga mats and towels in between, we were actually able to fit both in the back of a K-car. Well, I don't know if it's ideal, but it works.
Let her go.
Our rental car came with an ETC card, or an electronic toll collection card, which made the toll gates really easy. You just drive through and the card gets automatically charged, like a credit card. Since this weekend, though, we've actually gotten our own car, and we don't yet have an ETC card. So for toll roads, we now go through the green general lane, and we take a ticket from the machine.
Oh.
Wow. They said yes, they're right this way. Esteemed guest and customer. Then you just pay with cash when you exit the road at the end. Because of this, you want to make sure you bring plenty of cash if you rent a car in Japan for the toll roads, just in case.
There's still snow up there.
I think we're all set to get back on the road. It's not a road trip without some snacks, right? This spring, Zeb got a spot on one of the teams in the Japan Bicyclist Club Federation, or the JBCF, and this was his first race with the new team. We've arrived in Aichi Prefecture with the bikes, and I did it, I drove, and it wasn't so bad, it was actually kind of fun. The bike race was in Shizuoka Prefecture, but we were actually staying at a cheaper hotel a little ways away in Aichi Prefecture. This was the breakfast buffet at the hotel, and as an American, I was surprised to learn when we first moved here that salad is actually a pretty popular breakfast food item in Japan. Race day.
Right. It's the breakfast of American champions.
It's very American, Japanese breakfast. Good morning.
Morning.
It's day 2. It's race day. Unfortunately, the forecast wasn't too great, and it was looking like a pretty rainy race day. Seb's gonna get dressed and go get warmed up. This road race was on a closed circuit, and the race officials pull riders from the back as the field gets spread out in order to keep the track clear for the race leaders. So the goal for the race is to stay at the front of the pack for as long as possible, or to try to get in a breakaway group away from the rest of the peloton so you don't get pulled. Let's see your number. Okay. Good luck. Yeah. Only a small group of the riders who started the race actually finished, since riders at the back get pulled each lap. The Makinohara area of Shizuoka is the largest producer of green tea in all of Japan. Well, it is not the best day to explore on a bike today because the weather is not great. Kind of pretty rainy, but right outside of where the road course is, it's really nice and wooded up here. Okay, I pulled over because I thought that there was a snake in the road, but it's not. It's the biggest earthworm that I've ever seen. Look at how big he is next to my hand. I don't know where he's going. I've never seen a worm that big. But I guess I should try to help him get out of the road. Oh my gosh, look at how big this guy is. Where should we put him? Okay. Hi, buddy. We find your home. I was wondering what these tiny fans on the really tall poles were out in the fields, but they're actually used to push warmer air down, which keeps frost from forming on the fragile young leaves and damaging the tea. Today's the longer race, and it also happens to be wetter, so
somehow
it will be interesting.
Hello.
Zeb's getting ready to go race. He's pinning his numbers back there. Unfortunately, it's very wet and rainy, but yeah, maybe it'll clear up during the ride.
The only thing that's good about racing is knowing that like everyone else is riding in this too.
Yeah.
So you're not like the only person out there that's like
It's the same conditions for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna go see some tea fields, and hopefully they were very scenic despite the weather. So we'll see Zeb when he finishes. Bye. Good luck.
Thanks.
The goal for today's ride was to get out and admire some of the many green tea fields in Shizuoka, since 40% of Japan's green tea is grown in this one prefecture. I also wanted to see the Pacific Ocean, and I learned recently that the name for the Pacific in Japanese is Taiheiyo. We made it to the Pacific Ocean! I guess one perk to the weather is that no one is on the beach, so it's a pristine view of the Pacific today. And if you're lucky enough to come on a sunny day, I think that there's a chance that you can see Mount Fuji very barely on a very clear day along one of the beaches around here. So that'd be something cool to come back and see. But yeah, now we're gonna head back to see how Zeb did at his bike race. I saw this temple entrance from the road and I was curious, so I rode down to get a closer look. I looked it up later, and the name of this Buddhist temple is Shorinji in Kikugawa. When I got back to the car, Zeb and I were pretty excited to get showered and into some dry clothes though, so I didn't actually record anything more on this day. His race results weren't as good as he was hoping for, but it was only his first time in this new style of racing, so he was pretty eager to get back to it at the next race weekend. Okay, we've had a time warp, and now it's a whole new month and a whole new race weekend. This time the weather was great. Zeb's race was at the Gunma Cycle Sports Center, but he was only racing on Sunday. Saturday, while he cheered on his teammates who were racing, I got to head out on a ride to explore the area. My route had me descending from the Cycle Sports Center, riding around Lake Fujiwara, riding along the Tone River towards Minakami, and then back up a long climb to the sports center again. Gunma is a landlocked prefecture known for its scenic mountains and high-quality hot springs. Alright, we're biking 50 miles in Gunma, and we just went down 5 mile downhill. This route is going to finish with a 10-mile climb, and I'm on the first climb right now. So Zeb is cheering on his teammates today. He's not racing until tomorrow, but they're at the racetrack, and I'm out here exploring some new roads. The Minakami area is known as an outdoor lover's paradise, with ski resorts, onsen, mountainous terrain, forests, and rivers, for anyone seeking an adventurous outdoor atmosphere. I saw this gorge from the side of the road, and there are all these stairs to walk down, but oh my gosh, it's beautiful down here, and look at this waterfall! That's so cool! I'm over halfway. I've got like 22 miles left, but so much climbing left still. This bridge overlooking the Tone River was really pretty, but right before I started recording, there was actually a group of bungee jumpers jumping off the bridge. I don't know if I'm that much of a thrill seeker, but I enjoyed the views while remaining safely on the bridge. My ride ended with a climb, gaining 1,500 feet in elevation, but luckily it wasn't too steep, so it wasn't that bad. We're on the final part of the ride, which ends in a big climb, so it's like 3 miles back up to that bike circuit. So we're almost back. That night we had dinner at a tasty Thai food restaurant. I didn't record during dinner, but here's a picture of the food. Today is race day, and it's raining, unfortunately. Luckily they sell safety pins at 7-Eleven. And where should I pin it? Like here? Okay, there's one. How does he feel?
I feel pretty good.
Well, Rain Boy.
Yeah.
All checked in.
Official. Checked in.
During the race, the road was a little bit wet, but the rain had mostly stopped, so luckily the conditions weren't too bad, and it was way better than the previous weekend. The wind was blowing the cherry blossoms off the trees and making it a very scenic race to spectate. This time, Zeb made it to the end without being pulled, and the best part is that his teammate finished third. There he is.
I did it.
It was a beautiful area to ride in, a fun race to watch, and really special to see the hard work of Zeb's teammate pay off in the sprint finish. I'm proud of Zeb and looking forward to the next race weekends.
おめでとうございます。3ステージに登場、そしてバッティング開始に参加します。